Hi, it's me, Jane, with Scraptastic Yarns podcast. Today is April the 18th, and it's day 18 of VEDA. I did work a little bit more on my February lady sweater. This is what I was started at yesterday, so I've moved up about 2.5 inches. Now I'm ready to move another marker progress keeper up and see where we go from there. I got a little tired of doing it. I've been having some hand issues, a lot of cramping, and just aching. And of course I blame some of that on the weather because it's just been cold. I'm ready for spring. And then I come walking up the sidewalk today, and it's like Bunny Central outside. It's like 5 or 6 bunnies hopping around chewing on the grass or weeds or whatever it is. Don't know that it's really grass that grows out there in front of our apartment. I think a lot of it's just weeds. But yeah, the bunnies are just hopping all over the place. So spring can't be too far away, can it? With bunnies hopping out there all over the place. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nasty day, rainy. I was hoping to go to Scraps and Skeins. Don't know if I'll make it there. Didn't do any more on my good intentions stitch along. Spent the afternoon down at the fire hall knitting and just talking with the girls. One of the ladies brought in her mother-in-law had crocheted a bedspread. I think it was a bedspread for her. It's absolutely beautiful. All white. She's never used it. She put it in the chest and put it away, but she brought it in so we could see it. She said she was going to bring in, I think, a tablecloth next week. I'll try to remember to get a picture, but I just wasn't thinking today. After I get through with the laundromat, sometimes my thinking's just not right. Then we talked about my wearing lipstick the other day. And they've all decided I need to get a little brighter color. So I teased them. I said I'm going to go looking for Harlot Red. Couldn't find anything. So one of these next days you'll see me and I'll just wear some more lipstick. Since it makes the girls happy, I'll wear lipstick next time I podcast. Tomorrow will be the regular podcast. Since I do have a day off, kind of, where I can kind of do what I want to do. So that's kind of all that's going on. It's cold here. Down below 40s in the 30s, and this time of year that's kind of unusual. Of course, yesterday with that little video it was snowing like crazy. No rabbits out yesterday, but they're out today. I'm on a rabbit fix today, what can I say? Oh, crazy, crazy, crazy. I had someone comment on the drawstring bags. The drawstring bag that I had made, and it's basically a YouTube. Learned it from a YouTube video. Think it's so easy. Maybe that's the person. I'll try to link it down below. It's real easy to make reversible drawstring bags. Just have to have fabric. And of course, this pattern that I used, you can make it any size. Doesn't matter what the size is. You can change it up however you want. You can sew your pieces of fabric together and make like a quilt block, or just sew different pieces of fabric together to make your bag. The only other thing that I do is generally I will line it with SF101. I try to get a big bolt of that when it's on sale. You know, use a coupon at Joann's. I do believe there's another company that's now selling it 60-inch wide. I haven't ordered for them, but I was thinking about ordering them. It's a Pellon company that makes things for Pellon. So I thought about looking into that because I do use a lot of SF101. I use it, the little embroidery block that I did yesterday over at Hoover's. I lined that with the SF101 for the back of it. Just helps keep the stitches a little more stabilized, and even when you use a stabilizer, it helps with that. The only other thing I do when we do the applique pieces, add a little heat and bond light to the back of those pieces. That way, if for some reason the machine does not quite get all the stitching on the applique completely covered, and you have edges that are popping up, hit it with an iron, then you can go back and touch it up a little bit, fill in with satin stitch. Those are just some of those little tips and tricks that I do when I'm making things. Haven't got a whole lot to talk about today. I think I talked myself out today at the fire hall. Did exercise first and then went and did laundry, and of course there I have someone we think we're cousins, like fourth cousins, so I guess we're not technically close cousins, but she or her maiden name was Hawkins and my maiden name is Hawkins. And then she brought in a picture of her grandfather, and he looks exactly like my papa did. I mean exactly like him. So we're trying to find out if we are related at all. Not real sure. And I've not really gotten into genealogy. Curious, do any of you get into that? Look into the family history? I know my cousin in Texas does. He does a lot of that. My grandmother did, and I have some paperwork where she had got into the genealogy back with her family lineage. And I think the farthest it went back was the Lyles, Texas, maybe. So it's quite interesting to see how the family line goes. You know, my daddy, he'd done a little bit of looking into genealogy, and he'd gotten to a point where he discovered that we were related to the father of biology, you know, the great evolution of biology. And he always teased about, I don't know why that side of the family couldn't have left us some money, because apparently they were fairly wealthy in England. But, you know, it is what it is. Family separates, comes, I guess, what we would call nowadays the nuclear family. Although I think terms have changed of what the nuclear family is called nowadays. It feels like, now that I'm, you know, I've done all those blankets with two yarn strands held together. Now that I'm doing a single yarn strand, it just seems like this is taking forever to get done. I think I like my scrap busters better. Get them done and over with. Get it out of the way. I was noticing too that nowadays seems like granny squares are coming back big. Not real sure what that's about. Yes, I'm gonna ignore the phone. Can't get up and get to it fast enough anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it. And yeah, I know we're kind of strange. We still have a house phone. I noticed a lot of people I know have gotten rid of their house phones and just have cell phones, but my husband's mother has a landline and she likes calling every night and talking to him. She's got one of those deals where it's like $10 a month to call family if you're on the family and friends list. And so they use it and talk all the time. Okay, folks, well, that's it. Doesn't have much else to talk to you about. I'll get a podcast up tomorrow, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.